Hello guys and welcome back to part 10 of Let's Play Oblivion. Last time during the whole Raynal, Draelus, and Brayden scenario, a guy approached us about speaking to the Countess, and that's what we're going to do in this episode. Yes, we're going to start lifting the bell. And we will actually have to wait until the Countess is in attendance. So wait till 10 a.m. Or in this case, around 10 a.m., 10:35 to be exact.
It's a pleasure to see you.
Countess Narina Carvain.
I've heard much about your deeds from my people in Bruma. I trust the stipend Tolgan gave you whetted your appetite.
Yes, that's why I'm here.
Good point. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I'm Countess Narina Carvain. I assume you've noticed all the Akaviri relics I'm displaying. Well, it's safe to say I'm a collector of sorts. I've invested a great deal of time and money acquiring these bits of ancient history. In fact, I'd be so bold as to proclaim my collection the most complete in all Cyrodiil, perhaps even beyond. Except for one thing. A particular relic has eluded me for many years. Possessing this piece of Akaviri antiquity would make my collection complete. I'm of course referring to the Draconian Madstone.
Draconian Madstone.
The stone is a fine bit of Akaviri craftsmanship. Worn like an amulet, this talisman is said to protect the wearer from poisons of any type. The Madstone appears as a snake coiled around and encircling itself. The eyes of the snake are supposed to be precious gems or some such. Through my sources, I've learned that the last reported location of the Madstone was the ruins at Pale Pass.
Pale Pass?
Are you familiar with the history of Pale Pass?
No.
Back at the end of the First Era, raiders from the continent of Akavir attempted to gain a foothold here in Tamriel. At that time, the Empire was broken into smaller factions. Raymond Cyrodiil decided to unify them and form an army to repel the Akaviri raiders. The force became known as the Army of Raymond. The two armies clashed in what's now northern Cyrodiil. The Akaviri were strong and well supplied. But their greatest error was marching through Morrowind on the way to their objective and dismissing the response it would garner from Vivec. They didn't count on Lord Vivec forming an alliance with the Trident Kings of the Dreg. From Morrowind he struck at their rear flank. Not only did this make the Akaviri fight on two fronts, it also cut off access to reinforcements and supplies from the sea.
So the Alliance ended the conflict.
Not quite. The army of Raymond knew that the organized Akaviri forces were commanded from a hidden post in the mountains. Rumors placed it in a snowy vale called Pale Pass. That's where Raymond focused his attention. As his forces fought their way across the Gerald Mountains, the Akaviri suddenly surrendered. It was assumed they were overwhelmed and gave up. The only strange part was that the command post and Pale Pass were never found. It was dismissed as a rumor, and the army of Raymond celebrated. It's come to my attention that the post did exist, and it happens to be the last reported location of the Draconian Madstone.
Okay. So you want me to head to this post and retrieve the Draconian Madstone for you?
If you retrieve the Draconian Madstone for me, I'll be happy to compensate you by rewarding you with another Akaviri artifact. Are you game?
Yes, I'll do it.
I had a feeling you'd accept. Good. Then let me tell you how you're going to find the Madstone. I've come into the possession of a diary, written by an Akaviri messenger. I suspect that the text within can lead you to the ruins. Here's a translation of the passages we could still read. It was quite damaged. I've also included a rough map that was drawn in the diary as well. I'm also providing you with a unique key that was supposedly found with the diary. I'm assuming it'll prove useful when you arrive at the site.
Diary?
I paid several scouts to try and find the ruins at Pale Pass before I hired you. They were only able to locate the first of a series of landmarks. These landmarks are mentioned within the diary. The one referred to as Dragonclaw Rock has been located. I'll mark it on your map.
Okay.
The rest is up to you. My scouts reported bitter cold and dangerous creatures in the area, so they couldn't proceed. Be cautious and return home soon. Good luck.
Okay. I'll
May
head
the
out
path
immediately.
ahead be free of danger.
Well met.
I'm curious about this diary. Day 3. It is with a heavy heart and a trembling hand that I pen this latest entry. It has been several days since I have seen anyone else on the road from our garrison at Grey Ridge. The road is lonely and treacherous. I am rationing my supplies to prepare for a tough path ahead. As long as Raymond Cyrodiil's army hasn't located our headquarters at Pell Pass, the journey should be fairly uneventful. I admit, I am nervous. It is an honor to be selected to carry these orders to our fort. Sending me alone is a calculated risk. While it is not my own life I am worried about, it is the importance of the contents of the orders that aggrieves me. If they are somehow lost, the fort will not know that their supplies are going to be delayed by a month. Without that knowledge, the fort may choose to press the attacks on the front line as their supplies dwindle. They are counting on these supplies to be there sooner. I must not fail getting this message there. The slate rock that the orders have been carved upon for safety weighs me down. It is a constant reminder of the more than physical burden that I carry. Day 7. It has been 2 days and I have finally arrived at Dragonclaw Rock. The huge formation is a welcome and invigorating sight. Giant stone appears to reach down from the north and strike at the heart of Ramus' forces, like our armies have been doing for the better part of a year now. I have still encountered no one else on this trail. I hope that as I head due west along the narrow path, I will find someone who can give me some news as to how the men are faring in the war. Day 8. After winding my way westward, I have come within sight of the Sentinel, a huge statue placed there by some unknown artist many years ago. It stands watching, pointing north, as if daring anyone to cross the borders into the Imperial nation. Ramus would be quite angry if he knew we used this very statue as a waypoint into his domain. Last night I encountered another one of our messengers who had been beset by a pack of mountain wolves. His leg was hurt badly. and but I managed to help heal it with an ampoule of medicine, with an ample of medicine that I carried with me. He said his name was Celia, and he was on his way from Pel Pass to request more supplies. I discussed with him the irony of our meeting, and he decided to travel with me back to the fort since his mission would be needless. We plan to leave at nightfall, day 9. I am using much of my remaining strength writing this, as we had made our way north from the Sentinel and were attacked by perhaps the same pack of wolves that had attacked Celia. He had chased them off earlier after being bitten, but now that they have tasted blood, they had returned in greater numbers. Fighting back to back, Celia and I slew at least 8 of the beasts, but not before one of them clawed my gut and left a terrible wound. We were able to drive them off, but now I am bleeding badly, and the only medicine I gave to Celia. We had decided to continue north until we reached the portal to the Serpent's Tail and seek cover inside. I will try to write more soon, but I must sleep. I am so very tired. Day 11. This is the last entry I shall be able to write. We entered the Serpent's Tail nearly a day ago, seeking shelter from the elements and the wolves. What we did not foresee was the creatures that had decided to make the Serpent's Tail their home. I did not see them clearly, but they were huge and strong. Celia died instantly as one of them cleaved off his head with a single stroke. There were 3 of these huge, ugly man-like creatures. I ran as fast as I dared through the dark tunnels trying to escape. But as I fled, one of them hurled a boulder at me and struck me square in the back. I managed to crawl through the smaller opening and escape the lumbering monsters, but I soon realized that crawling is all I would be able to do. I think the boulder shattered my spine. I could no longer feel my legs. My wound from the wolf attack had reopened and I had lost much blood. I fear that this is as far as I shall be able to go. I have failed my mission. I have been unable to get these orders to the fort at Pel Pass. I am so close, yet it may as well be leagues away since I can no longer walk and my strength is draining. If a fellow messenger or soldier picks up this diary, please get the orders to the fort before it is too late. And please tell my wife, Vada, that Kafari will always love her. Okay, we got a kind of direction. Go to Dragonclaw Rock and look for the Sentinel. From the Sentinel, we'll head to... Okay, so I want to go out the main gate. That was a pretty long diary entry. So it should be up this road. I'm not sure what's going to appear on the road, on this particular road, other than wolves. But we shall see. Okay, I should be nearing Dragonclaw Rock anytime. Okay, so it's just up at the end of this path. Once we find that, I think there's wolves at the base of Dragonclaw Rock. Not 100% on that. Usually I've already used my training tactics and have been at a higher level at this point, but yeah, there is at least one wolf here. Hey. Okay, we've arrived at Dragonclaw Rock. From here, we need to find the Sentinel. Somewhere's around in here. We should see a statue of sorts. Ah, right there. We found the Sentinel. And there's an imp here. Am I glad it's not will-o'-the-wisps? And I walked right into that fireball. I am going to take the imp gall. I'll need it later. And then from here we head to Pell Pass. Oh, this one's the electric imp. Okay, or the serpent's tail. Okay. Now we just gotta get through the serpent's tail. Okay, so there's rats here. Ooh, what's in here? Ah, give me a second. My hand started itching. There we go. Ah, Lesser Soul Gem. Oh. I narrowly dodged that. Ah. Here's the body of the messenger. Okay. So... I don't think we can actually read these. No. They're not in our language. Oh. So. The big man-like thing were ogres. Okay. You can keep your teeth. I can't carry them. Hey, we didn't break a lockpick. We did get 16 more gold. Athletics. There we go. Let me see. Hey, cure poison. Oh, by the way, what was this amulet? What did it do again? Ah, movement speed. I will equip it to increase our movement. There we go. Most of these chests are locked. Okay. Pretty sure wolves and ogres did not lock. Ah, and that pass just completely collapsed. There we go. Take these. And we made it to the end. I've emerged from the Serpent's Tail to find my, yep. We are now in Pell Pass. Before we continue on, there is one other thing that I'd like to do. It's this. I need to get to the end close to the fort. Before I can start this other thing. Which means I'll have to fight my way through these ogres. Here's 2 more ogres. Hey, and I leveled up. There should be another one, yes. Ah, 2 more. Come on, big and ugly. Let's go. There's a very special item actually. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, we made it to the fort. Next place we're going is down... It's over here, actually. Not down there. We want to open this frozen barrel. Take the crumbling note and the rusty key. "14th of Hearthfire, 3rd Era, 362. I guess you found the message I told you about, old friend. We've traveled together for so long, and you're the only one I trust with the ring in my story. I knew climbing into the window of that wizard's house was a mistake, but the bounty on the ring was just too enticing to pass up. They said it was worth thousands of drakes, enough to keep me comfortable for a while as I lay low. They also said, Tharzel was out of town at some meeting of wizards or some such. They were wrong on both counts. You'd think I'd be used to this one by now, dealing with the unpredictable on our line of work, but after trying to fence a ring all over Cyrodiil, no one would touch it. Worse still, Tharzel was pursuing me the entire time. I had to call in many favors to stay one step ahead of him. I decided to strike north and make for Skyrim. As I was crossing the Gerals, he finally caught up to me. 2 fireballs later, I found myself tumbling down a steep, snowy slope into the valley. Don't know where I am, but there are ruins of some old fort here. Luckily, the fetcher didn't follow me down. I assume he gave me up for dead. I think I'm going to stash the ring in this valley, make for Skyrim, and return later when I feel it's safe. I've used some old chests I found in the ruins to make sure nobody stumbles across the ring by mistake. You know, the old keys to a key thing. Like we used to do. If I don't make it back here and you're reading this message, then the ring is all yours, my friend. Use it well and remember me, GS. I think I believe the next one's over here. It may actually be down in here? Possibly? No, it was up there. Okay, so the ogres are dealt with. For now. There we go. Now we got the old key. Next, what I'm going to want to do is go in reverse of where we were. This episode might be a little longer because I want to at least complete this before I end it. Okay, so past the statues. Keep following the trail. Okay, so there's that. Follow this over here. I think it's behind one of these walls right here. Now, the forgotten key, the last step to this. Okay, so I got turned around a little bit. So I am heading I need the other map. Okay, so that should be back. So where I want to go is all the way back to where we first entered at the Serpent's Tail. And there's another ogre. coming in. We should be almost there. I figure while I'm here, I might as well go ahead and do this. Okay, we made it back. Now, somewhere's over in here. We should find another chest hidden in the grass. Oh, right there. Circlet of Omnipotence. There we go. Okay. And that was a ring of keys. Yes. And with that, I'm going to end this episode here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.